Hello, my name is Paul Croto. I'm a Diamond Director with Drink ACT, and in this video I would like to go over with you law number 21 of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, the Law of Legacy. The Law of Legacy states that a leader's lasting value is measured by succession. And John Maxwell starts off chapter 21 by asking a very strange question. He asks, what would you want people to say at your funeral? That may seem like an odd question, but it may be the most important thing you could ask yourself as a leader. See, we play many different roles in life. Some examples are a mother or a father, a daughter, son, husband, wife, friend, leader. There's all these different roles that we have in life. And since we're discussing leadership here, we're going to focus on the role of being a leader. But I encourage you to write a funeral speech for each of the roles in your life. So let's just take one example is for my parents. My son Paul was a blank, and I can fill in that. Paul was, how do I want my parents to remember me? And once I set that end in motion, once I decide what I want that end to look like, I can work backwards and actually take actions right now towards achieving that end picture. Another example may be my husband Paul was blank. How do I want to be remembered by my wife? How do I want my wife to remember me by? And I can, once I know what that end looks like, I can start taking actions right now towards that end. So what I encourage you to do is write a funeral speech that your top Drink ACT leader would say about you at your funeral. And I really thought about this long and hard and spent about a half an hour writing my funeral speech. I actually wrote a speech that I would like my top Drink ACT leader to read about me at my funeral. And it goes like this. Paul was a true Christian in that he lived every day of his life focused on helping others. Paul's favorite quote was, "If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. But if you teach a man how to teach others how to fish, you cure world hunger." And Paul lived by that philosophy every day of his life. Paul lived a life of excellence. He cared more than others thought was wise. He risked more than others thought was safe. He dreamed more than others thought was practical. And he expected more than others thought was possible. Paul's number one priority in life was health. His passion was to help people reach a state of optimal health through nutrition, exercise, and proper supplementation. He influenced hundreds of thousands of people to live a health and wellness lifestyle. After interviewing many different people who knew Paul, they all stated that, because of Paul, I have more energy, I feel better, and I look better than I ever have in my whole life. Paul taught me that my health must be my number one priority, because I am no good to this world if I am 6 feet underground. Paul also believed in free enterprise, as he understood that you either believe in free enterprise or you work for someone who does. He taught hundreds of thousands of people how to fire their boss and how to live a life full of total time and financial freedom. Paul's mission in life was to help lift others to a higher level. Paul directly and indirectly helped thousands of people reach both 6- and 7-figure incomes. Because Paul was so focused on developing and equipping leaders, his legacy will be spread to millions of people around the world and will be carried forward to many future generations. Paul left this world a better place than when he arrived, and we thank him for the way he touched our lives and the way he helped all of us reshape our stories. And it's that last part that means so much to me. It's the part about helping people reshape their stories. What I really want to do in life is help people move from good to great. Here at Drink ACT, we ask 3 specific questions to people. Are you happy? Do you have a plan? Would you like to see one? When I meet people, I want to meet people every single day. I pray every morning, God, please introduce me to a couple people today that I can touch, that I can help change their lives. When I ask these people, are you happy? That's what I'm looking for. Are you happy with your life? Now, some people say, yes, I am happy. That's great. I don't want to screw that up by any stretch of the imagination here. But when people come to me and say, no, Paul, I'm really not happy, I want to help them. I want them to someday say, you know what, my life was like this, then I met Paul and my life got better. That's really what I want to happen. And I work every day with that in mind. So basically what we want to establish is where you are. We know where you are. You're here. This is where you're at in your life. And now the big question is, where do you want to land up? Do you want to land up over here? Or do you want to land up over here? Or do you want to land up over here? So once you decide where you want to land up and write that funeral speech, what you can do is implement something called backward design. A very good friend of mine and a top drink ACT leader named Becky Parks taught me this concept of backward design. And basically the way it works is once you know where you want to land up, you can work backwards and actually know what steps you need to take to start moving towards where you want to land up. So you work backwards to where you are now and see where you want to land up at certain spots. And once you know these things, you can actually start taking actions toward where you want to land up. It's a great concept, and I hope you apply it to your life and to your Drink ACT business. If you want to make an impact as a leader on a future generation, then I suggest that you become highly intentional about your legacy. Now, how do you do that? Well, you got to do three things. Number one, know the legacy you want to leave. That's where writing the funeral speech comes into place. Number two, live the legacy you want to leave. And the way you do that is, again, knowing where you want to land up and then living every day and taking actions toward that end that you want to accomplish. And last but not least, choose who will carry on your legacy. This gets back to developing that inner circle, like Jesus did. Jesus decided the 12 people that would carry his legacy forward, that would spread Christianity to the rest of the world. You must do the same thing. You must choose the people that you want to surround yourself with and choose the people who will carry your legacy forward. A legacy is created only when a person puts his organization into the position to do great things without them. And this might sound crazy, but really one of the ways, or a great way to measure your legacy, is to see what your paycheck is after you're dead. If your paycheck continues to go up after you die, that means you put your organization into the position to do great things without you. So your paycheck was good, and it kept on, and once you passed away, it got better and better and better and better because the things you taught your team, the time you invested in them, you put them in a great position to move forward. Our ability as leaders will not be measured by the buildings we built, the institutions we established, or what our team accomplished during our tenure. You and I will be judged by how well the people we invested in carry on after we are gone. Wow, what a powerful statement that is. You and I will be judged by how well the people we invested in carry on after we are gone. In the end, we will be judged according to the law of legacy. A leader's lasting value is measured by succession. May you and I live and lead according to that standard. Again, my name is Paul Croteau. I so dearly thank you for taking this 21-week journey with me towards becoming a better leader. I hope you remember me for the value I added to your life. I hope in some small way I've helped you reshape your life for the positive, and I hope that I've set you on a course for achieving your dreams. Moving on to really mastering this law of legacy, again, I congratulate you for watching this video. Please listen to the 5-minute recording below that John made on this law. Read chapter 21 in the 21 Laws of Leadership, the law of legacy, and John does a great job at explaining this law better than I did in this video. Read the applying page at the end of the chapter and start actually applying what you've learned here to your Drink ACT business. Read the questions under Appendix A and score yourself on this law. If you scored low in this law, refer to Appendix B in the back of the book. Meet either one-on-one with your upline or in a small group to discuss this law further. And I really encourage you to write that funeral speech. And if you would, please email me a copy of it so I can help you live your dreams and accomplish the life that you really want to live.